You're watching Satluj TV News. I'm Angus Scott in London. As more evidence emerges behind the recent indictment of an Indian national in the assassination plot of a US Sikh campaigner, questions are now being raised about how many Indian government hit squads are roaming across the Sikh diaspora. The brutal murder of Hardeep Singh Nijjar in Canada in June shocked the world, but as details were released over the following weeks of the nature of the killing, it quickly became clear it was not just a simple gangland criminal shooting. With several people and vehicles involved in the killing, evidence pointed to it being a well-planned and complex operation. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau then revealed he had credible evidence the operation had in fact been planned by agents of the Indian government, an accusation that was branded absurd by the Indian government and relentlessly mocked across Indian media. But now, with the announcement by the US Department of Justice of charges against an Indian national acting under the instructions of an Indian government agent to murder Khalistan campaigner Govt Singh Pannoon in the US, a secretive network of undercover operatives is now emerging. The pattern is pointing to a coordinated campaign by rogue elements of the Indian government to assassinate political opponents across the world. More concerning is that Nikhil Gupta, charged with the attempted murder of Pannoon, exposed his dealings with a senior field officer of the Indian government with training in battlecraft. In a monitored phone call, Gupta referred to a long list of targets and, in his words, more jobs, including a big target in Canada. 6 days later, Nijjar was murdered, after which it was ordered that Pannoon's killing should be done quickly and that they had 3 more jobs to do. But significantly, despite US law enforcement being aware of these details and their close ties to Canadian counterparts, Canada was still unable to prevent the killing of Nijjar, even with the world's most advanced policing and intelligence abilities, which implies that the Indian government are operating multiple hit squads around the world, several of whom have clearly so far evaded detection. The matter was raised yesterday with the US government at the weekly press briefing, where it was confirmed that the government was now treating India's transnational repression with the utmost seriousness, not just in the US, but including recent killings of political opponents in Pakistan. It's hoped that with global leaders now publicly aware of India's murder squads operating internationally, Narendra Modi will think twice before ordering the extrajudicial killing of any more political opponents, if he cares about India's already damaged reputation. You've been watching Satluj TV News. Don't forget to click on that subscribe button to make sure we get to see stories as they're broadcast. And of course, if you have any comments or opinions on any of our news stories, you can comment below. Or indeed drop us a direct message at message@satlujtv.com. We would love to hear from you. In the meantime, thanks for watching for Satluj TV News. I'm Angus Scott in London.